So, write this down. Self-talk. 95% of success or failure, 95% of success or failure starts in your head, starts right here. 95% of success or failure starts in your head. If you have too much freedom now, too much freedom equals long-term pain and suffering. Too much freedom now, long-term pain and suffering. What do I mean? Too much freedom means not door knocking when you're supposed to, not learning your scripts and dialogues when you're supposed to, not being consistent when you're supposed to, not making up your pre-listing package and getting it out to the client when you're supposed to, not showing up for a blitz when you're supposed to, not showing up for a door blitz when you're supposed to, not working an 8-hour day when you're supposed to, not doing what you're supposed to do, spending money today that you don't have will cause you long-term pain in the future. Too much freedom now equals long-term pain and suffering. It's debt, no savings, no schedule, you rent, you're not buying, and you're not prospecting. And I wrote down here, discipline now equals freedom later. Discipline now equals freedom later. Role play now, get better at it, learn your scripts and dialogues. When the situation comes, you're ready. Prospect now, opportunity is out there. We talk about it all the time. It's out there. It's all over the place. All you have to do is just go meet the people. Discipline now equals freedom later. You put money away now, you'll have it later. You don't put money away now, you won't have it later. It's not going to be there. See, sometimes I actually believe that you believe, not you. It's the other you that aren't here. That you're going to wake up one day well off, or rich, or with this 5 or 6 or 8 multiple big listings that are going to turn into cash for you. I do believe you believe that. And every day that goes by and you push off the actual work that has to be done to accomplish that is one day later. And then what happens is sometimes we get older, sometimes we lose our health, we don't eat right now, take care of ourselves now, then we can't work later on. If you don't do the activities now and put the money away now, you can't do those activities later. But we think at some level, it's hard, and I certainly, I'm guilty of it too. Certainly 10, 12 years ago, I would wake up and think, well, something's going to happen, and I'll get some money and I'll be okay. And then I looked around and I said, well, that's not happening. What the hell is going on here? Well, there were banks to rob. I guess I could do that. But then those people get caught and they sit in jail for 40, 50 years. And I personally, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not spending the rest of my life next to Bubba. Okay? Just not. Okay? I'm really big in the laws where they send you to jail and they have the death penalty and all those kinds of things personally. Because I'm telling you, that's what stops me occasionally from going and robbing a bank. The idea, and I don't know about you guys, but it's not a good idea. It's immoral, it's wrong, stealing is wrong, all those kinds of things. But everything, you're in trouble. You got to financially do some stuff. I get it. I've had low points in my life and I've had high points in my life. And let me tell you something. Every time I do what I'm supposed to do on a daily basis over time, it works out for me. And every time I don't, it doesn't. It's a real simple formula. I wrote down here, if you do what others won't do for 10 years, You can have what others can't for the rest of your life. You've heard me talk about that time and time again. Well, I'd like to modify that slightly for the balance of this year. I wrote down here, if you will do what all or most other agents will not do for the next 35 days, just for the next 35 days, if you will do what most agents will not do for the next 35 days, and you will run through the finish line, you can have a deal or two more this year, and it will close. It can still close. And what's really neat is you'll have a deal or two, or a great lead or two, or a great listing opportunity or two in the first quarter, starting off the first quarter much, much stronger. Great place to be for the next 35 work days. That's it. For the next 35 work days. I wrote down here, I am the most important asset I have. Not my money, not my family. It all starts and ends with me. That has to become your mantra. It starts and ends with you. You are your most important asset that you have. If you're okay and you do the activities you're supposed to do, good things will happen. If you're not okay and you don't take care of yourself and do the things that you're supposed to do, good things don't happen. They just don't. I wrote down here, you have to be able to make a connection between the activities I'm involved with and the results I'm getting. The activities I'm involved with and the results I'm getting. What am I talking about? Prospecting, lead generating, going on appointments. I know it's hard. I get it. I know it seems to be hard to connect role play with making money. I know that. Just trust me. It works. The better you get, the easier the transaction is. The more ready you are when the opportunity comes your way. We don't get a lot of opportunities in life, but when we get them, we need to be prepared to take action. We have to have our pre-listing package done and ready and prepared. We have to know what to say and how to say it at a high level. We have to be out there talking to people. That's our job. I wrote down here, you're going to love this. Time is running out. Don't blow it. 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. Almost every single one of you has either come to me or we've had a conversation at some point, myself or Frank or Bill or Marilyn or now Cindy, someone, somewhere, maybe to each other, and said, oh, God, if this business will get a little bit better, just a little bit better, I promise I won't screw it up this time. I promise to do what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it. Because remember, in 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2006, buyers, all they had to do was fog a mirror, and they got a loan. Right, guys? Fog a mirror. I'm not even sure they had to fog it much. Honest. They don't have to fog it a lot. But they were doing deals. And then in 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, went the other way. Prices dropped. Loans got harder to get. We made it through. Not only did we make it through, we thrived through this. There's so many of you that have thrived along the way. Here's the thing. I'd like to tell you it's going to get easier. But it's not. Your competition understands that there's business out there. And they'll not go after the hard fruit that you fought for. They'll go after the low-hanging fruit, the aunts and the uncles and the sisters and the brothers. So that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for us. Our listing presentations have got to be better. Our prospecting has got to be better, more intense, more often, more consistent. Time is running out. I wrote down here, learn to focus your energies. December 25th is coming. Focus on what is possible. On what is possible if you did all the activities that you were supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. What if? What if I did that? Write down this. 90% of what's wrong in your life will be cured through massive prospecting. 90%. Whatever's wrong in your life right now will be cured with massive prospecting. And I like to say on top of that, knowing what to say and how to say it along the way. So here's two simple thoughts. Write this down. Talk to more people. We are in the talk to people business. Past client and sphere. They need to hear from you. You're missing the boat in a giant way if you're not calling your past client and sphere with everyone else on Tuesday, either here or in Walnut, or Thursday in Irvine, or Friday in Covina. You're missing a big boat of opportunity because you think you can do this by yourself. That's what we think in this business. I don't need anybody else. I can do this by myself. Here's the issue. 99% of us don't. We think we can, but we don't do it. We think we can do it. Work together on this. Work together on it. Come in. Feed off of each other's energy, excitement, enthusiasm. Nobody's doing this. Heard about a company in Orange County that they decided to do Blitz Night. They're doing Blitz Night. It's Orange County. I don't know why. Maybe they're a little concerned we're in town. What are you going to do? What's their Blitz Night? Come on in on Wednesday night for an hour and a half, and we'll bring in pizza and we'll bring in beer, and you can call for an hour and a half. They did it once. They never did it again. And some people actually got some leads from it, I heard. They did. It kind of worked, go figure. But management never did it again. Do you know what energy it costs us in time, effort, energy, focus, consistency, commitment to you to make sure that there's a Tuesday blitz here, a Tuesday blitz in Covina, a Wednesday morning phone blitz for you to be partaking in, a Thursday morning blitz in Irvine, a Friday morning blitz in Covina again? Do you have any clue on the support it takes to get this done and do it every week, every week, every week, every week, every week? Take part in it. Be part of it. If for only the 35 work days, because your competition won't. I guarantee you they won't. The second thing I wrote down here is call all the old expireds. There are thousands of them, and time is running out, because I hear this all the time. Somebody will come in to me over the last week and say, well, I just called these expireds in this city, and wow, in the last 2 years, a number of them have already either relisted and sold or had already sold. That stuff's happening. Go out and talk to them. 6 months from now, we'll be talking about doing something else because those old expireds will be gone. But you get your butts out there. There's big, big business right now in that. Expireds and old expireds. Go talk to them. Use the hot market script. It's easy. It's fun. By the way, if you don't know how to use that, it's the first script we work on the advanced script class on Tuesday afternoon that we do in here. Think about this. 1 o'clock. Here's the deal. Tuesday in Walnut. 8:30 to 9 is role play. 9 to 10 to noontime is prospecting. Noon to 1 o'clock, you have a class and we buy you lunch. 1 to 2 o'clock, you have advanced script class. Every single week. And what's really weird is some of you don't take part in it. This stuff will help you. Use the hot market script. Show up. Just for the next 35 days. Okay? After that, I'll beg you to do something else. All right? But right now, I'm begging you. Begging! The next thought was follow up more intensely. No appointments, no money. No appointments. No appointments, no money. If you went on an appointment last week, you have a shot at making some money, of taking a listing or making a sale. If not, you don't. This week, if you don't have any appointments booked, you better book some. Because if you don't have any appointments booked, there's no way in this business today where if you don't have appointments, you're going to make any money. No appointments, no money. I wrote down here, to achieve more than the average person, you must work longer and harder than the average person. Sounds simple, sounds elementary. The first 40, you make a living. The first 40 hours, you make a living. That's how you make a living. And anything over that, that's how you get rich. The first 40, you make a living, whatever that is. But anything over that, that's how you get rich. If you always do more than you were paid for, you will always be paid more than you are getting now. If you want to be paid more, do more. You'll get paid more. It's real simple. I wrote down here, always give your best, always practice like a champion, always play like a champion, and then therefore you can then live like a champion. I wrote down, today matters. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. You'll never change your life. You will never lose weight until you change what you take in. You will never get healthier and more physical if you don't start doing something daily. You will not make more money and be a better real estate agent if you don't start doing it on a daily basis. What I do daily will bring me success beyond my wildest dreams if I do what I'm supposed to do for the next 35 workdays. Now let's go out and run through the finish line this week. Thank you.